A woman who is loved in the right way radiates happiness, and she glows differently because her emotional health is well balanced. But when the reverse is the case, it can cause a great damage to her mental state, which will significantly impact her life as a whole. Most of the women you address as being rude are actually bitter because they are going through hell in their relationship, causing them to vent their frustrations on people around them. And that is why you need to watch this video to the end, so as not to be romantically involved with most type of men who only comes to bring out the worst of you and not the best. Welcome back to my channel, a community for empowering women. Today we'll be teaching about the types of men you are not supposed to give a space in your life as a high value woman. As a high value woman who knows her worth, who is confident in herself, who doesn't settle for less than she deserves in life or in relationship. And I know that you are this high value woman that I'm going to talk to today in this video, so stay tuned. But before we proceed, I would want you to subscribe for more inspiring content as this. Turn on to the notification bell to be updated with the latest videos. Life can happen at times, and as human that we are, not having the ability to read minds or even know what the future holds, at times fall prey to most of these men. But it isn't our fault, because as human that we are, we think that they are nice in a shining armor, and we do not realize until late that they are just married in aluminium foil. First type of this man that I'm talking about today is the player. This man only pursue a life of pleasure with women without sense of responsibility nor commitment. They are not interested in you no matter how much they pretend to be. You are only but an object of pleasure for the moment, which doesn't include any form of long-term plans. You can spot them as those charming and attractive men with comfortable means to get any girl they desire. I do not mean that broke boys can be players, they can. Aside from these physical illustrations, you can still detect a player as that man you met that is always ready to party with you. You guys are always together in social gatherings and never alone unless he wants that thing that makes you a woman. A player would never ask you about your goals or dreams in life. The conversations that you have with him are just shallow chats about things such as fashion, entertainment, and everything paparazzi. In as much as not all handsome men with comfortable means are players, I need you to pay attention to any man who has nothing with you aside from hanging out, getting laid, because he does not have any long-term tag on him. The second of this man is the commitment phobe. This man approaches you at first with all seriousness of an ideal man. You guys will connect, talk about most things that the player type of man couldn't discuss with you, and it would be picture perfect. But along the line, when you make moves that involves taking the relationship to a higher height, he indirectly declines the gesture with unending excuses. At the moment, he's treating you so well, but he's so afraid. If I may say, he's afraid to commit to a long time or forever plans with you. I want you to know something about this commitment phobe type of man. It is not about you. His attitude has nothing to do with you. He will still be that type of man if it were to be just any other lady. He just has his call to settle with himself and not you. When you notice that your man isn't saying anything about the future of your relationship with you, is a sign that he is a commitment phobe who is afraid to commit to any lady. Now, I want you to know that some men, in as much as they love you, but they are afraid of committing long term with a woman, not because they do not love the woman, they really do, but that's just one thing about them, and it will be very unfortunate if you end up with this type of man. Now, the third type of man that you should avoid is the almighty narcissist. These ones are very cunning. Their type of loving is the one that most of you ladies pass to be correct form of loving, but after this video, you will know if you are dating a narcissist or not. Narcissists are charming, if I may say. At the early stage of the relationship, they do everything possible to suck you into bonding with them, and finally, when they get you to dating them, they love bomb you and you feel on top of the world. Finally, when you date him, you start noticing that he is over jealous, over-controlling, and a complainant. In other words, he's a narc. This is actually what you notice, and when you want to talk about it, they will tell you that it's because they love you and doesn't want to lose you. A narcissist love can turn to obsession, which, if not handled well, can lead to fatal damages. Narcissists will, at every given opportunity, put the blame on you without taking responsibility for his action. They don't support you, at least not even when you need them. They don't care about you or your feelings because they are self-centered. That's why your personal life will go on a break as you date him, because the world revolves around him and not you. Funny enough, when you threaten to leave, he will cry and beg you to stay, because truly, those type of men are afraid of being alone. A narcissist, be it a woman or a man, needs a human toy to manipulate, and that's what he will do with you. So I want you to be smart enough to differentiate between a healthy jealousy from obsession, and don't think twice on leaving him, at least for your own safety. Now, in summary of the 3 types of men that you should avoid as a high-value woman is the playboy. He gives no hope of commitment, rather pleasure full of grandiosity. Dating this type of man as a high-value woman is detrimental to your mental health, especially when he has succeeded in enticing you over with his charisma and his gifts, because they can be passed to be bad boys, aka ladies man. They know how to use their words around the woman, and trust me, they will get you. Being with them unconsciously program you to thinking you could actually make him to get to be with you. Unfortunately, you would remain friends with benefits. If you continue to date this type of man, your heart will be shattered at the realization that it's not just you that is the only woman in his life. Now, the commitment phobe will give you the assurance of everything nice until the middle, when he starts to slowly turn off the lights. This man will get you thinking about yourself. You feel like you are not okay for him, and this will have a negative impact on your self-esteem, which is not good for you. Narcissist who surpasses the playboy and the commitment phobe to actually dating and wanting long-term plans with you will actually date or even marry you, but at a very high risk of your life and those around you, because most of them actually suffer from psychological disorder. It is important to avoid these 3 types of men if you value your emotional health and actually want a fulfilling and lasting relationship as a high-value woman that you are. So learn to pay attention to the men you meet and always give way to your brain to think for you and not just your heart in any relationship that you are. I know that you have enjoyed this video. Why don't you subscribe, like, and turn on the notification bell to stay updated with the latest content from us. Thanks for watching and stay alert. See you next time.